Hello everyone, and welcome to another Enhanced Edition, where I'm once again playing catch-up, this time with Reveal the Shield Jazz. And Jazz here is a product of both the Toyhax Reprolabels set and a little bit of custom painting. As is usually the case, I definitely could clean some things up. I've been a little neater with some of my paint application. I'm also noticing some things that maybe I should have tried painting and I just didn't. I might do that, like go back and try that again at some point, but I might not. It might not be worth it. In terms of things that I feel like maybe I should have painted, I feel like maybe I could have tried to bring this line all the way forward to the wheel well here, but I don't know that it's all that important. I also did not bother trying to paint the door handles. I'm not really sure how important that would be. Still, with the stickers, with the added paint, I really like how this thing looks. Now the stickers, pretty obvious. Starting from the back here, there's the 1984 that I put into the license plate. You get a lot of options for what you want to put back here, but I decided to go with the 1984. You get tail lights, you get stripes going up that kind of continue along the top here, which of course all this stuff is, it's not new per se. The blue that you see on the very edge is actually part of that painted stripe. The sticker is actually the light blue, dark blue, red, dark blue, light blue strips, like these 2, 3, 4, 5 strips going along here. So like that's the sticker there, and then the blue on the edges is still part of the paint. There's a little bit of blue stickers for the rear windshield, which I definitely appreciate. And then stickers for the spoiler on the sides and the top. There are options for words and stuff like that, but I didn't really feel all that important. Like, I didn't want to do all like the sponsor stuff for this Jazz for me. Totally understand that that's, normal for the toy, but for me, I just didn't want to do that. Same deal up here. I prefer having this larger line going across the windshield here, but I went with the the blank one, because you have other options with like words and sponsor stuff, and it's just like, no thank you. Anyway, the lines follow all the way along here. There's nothing covering up the 4. I don't think the sticker set came with anything. It's been a while since I put it on, but I'm pretty sure there was nothing to cover this up. And that's okay, though I do kind of wish that there was like 2 stickers to put on this either side of the trapdoor here to kind of keep the line going instead of having that just kind of abruptly stop for the 4 there. It's not like a huge problem. It's just something that's a little bit noticeable when I'm, nitpicking. One last sticker going down the middle with the Autobot logo. There is an option for one that doesn't have the logo on there, but he's an Autobot, so that's the one I wanted to put on. And then there is a sticker for the grill, which I was thinking maybe I'd paint it, but at the time I was not confident enough in my abilities to go through and paint all of this, so I just applied the sticker. I probably could go back and do the paint, but at this point I think the sticker's fine. And that is it for the sticker detailing in vehicle mode, but as you can probably tell, there is more detail to be had with the paint. Just starting from the back again, I actually painted the exhaust. I did the black on the inside and the silver around the outside, so that the exhausts stand out a bit. I did the silver on the rims, and that was time consuming. That was very, very time consuming. But I did it, and I'm glad I did it, and I think it looks good now that it's done. And lastly, I just did this little bit of black in here, just because I thought, it seemed like there needed to be something going on in that little molded bit there, so I went with black. Now, before I transform Jazz into his robot mode, let me pop up a before picture so you can get a look at what this thing looked like when it was stock, didn't have stickers, didn't have paint. And yeah, quite the difference. And also, yes, just because I did silver on the side mirrors, which you don't even notice, but I did it anyway because I felt like it. So that is Jazz's vehicle mode. Now let's take a look at him in his robot mode. And now, here we have his robot mode, and I like how this turned out, but there are some aspects of it that I kind of wish I had done differently. There's most of the stickers that you could see in vehicle mode. The only new sticker for the robot mode specifically is this little belly detail here. And I mean, it's nice. I like what it adds, but it is kind of lame that in that entire sticker set, it's pretty much 100% for the vehicle mode. And you only see basically 3 stickers from the set in robot mode if you're looking at them from the front. well, I guess maybe 5 if you're technical and you're really paying attention down here. Yes, I forgot about those. I'll get to those in a second, but predominantly it's the grid here, the belly sticker here, and the stripes and Autobot logo sticker there. There are these little vent-looking stickers to go on his shins, which is fine, and I like them, but again, there's not a lot that the set adds to his robot mode specifically, and that's a shame. But I did go in and add more detailing to his robot mode myself. And that, let's start with the feet. I painted his little toes and the little stripe going up his feet black, and even though you can't see it, I painted it just in case. For like posing purposes, I painted the silver pistons inside there. I also painted this shin piece silver. I didn't go all the way into the cracks. I mostly did the middle part and then like brushed along the edges there to kind of give it more of a original toy look, because the original toy, it was like a chrome silver. And then I added a little bit of silver into the knee sections here to just kind of pull that together. I could have gone more into the detailing, but I didn't want to overdo it. I didn't want to make it super duper busy. So I kept it pretty simple with the deco there. Same thing for the thighs. I just did a couple of the details in black to bring those details out, because you can't even really notice them without the paint there. And the hips, did a little bit of white there, a little bit of silver for the vents on his hips to kind of make those pop out a bit more. And I did the silver for these midsection pipes, which you can't really see, but hey, it's there. And I did some black on the vents on the sides there, and a little bit of black up there. You don't even really see it that much, but I think it adds just a little bit more detail to the midsection besides that sticker. And the other detail that I added, major detail that I think stands out, is the forearms here, where I painted these little grooves in his arms black. And that was a pain. It's kind of awkward to get the brush in there. It's not the cleanest job, but I like it. I like how that black stands out a bit more on the forearms, and it makes him look a little bit less monochromatic. It just breaks up the black and the white a little bit more. That was kind of my goal with this whole design, is I wanted to just break up the blocks of color that he has going on here. Because originally, if pull up the unpainted, unstickered version to take a side-by-side, you can see that he's cool looking, but there's a lot of solid blocks of color that don't really stand out. It's like black for the bicep, white for the forearm, black for the hand, that's it. Black for the hip, white for the thigh, black for the shin or knee, and yeah, it's So I really like having the black in the forearms to make those pop a bit more. The thing that I'm not super keen on is the detailing that I added to the biceps here. The white on the bicep here is okay, but I really don't understand why I decided, oh, I'm going to paint this white, because that is not great. I feel like I probably should have done this detail on the shoulder instead, because this, it doesn't line up. And it's not supposed to line up because of how the design is, how the design is. It's actually molded in there, but it looks like it's supposed to be like this, and it's not actually, and it just kind of throws me off. So yeah, I kind of wish I hadn't done that. The one other thing that I did do, and I'm very glad that I did, was I painted his visor blue. I actually disassembled his head for that. I unscrewed the screw there, took the head apart, pulled out the piping block, and then painted the piping block in the front that light blue color. And I know there are people who live and die by light piping. I am not one of those people, as I think I've covered in a few videos in the past. Light piping, for me, just doesn't get the job done, because unless you have that light behind their head all the time, they just look dead. And this light blue for the visor pops so hard, and I don't have to worry about light in any particular context. It's just, you notice that. And I think it looks really good. I think it works really well with the silver of the face and the black of the helmet. And that is the biggest detail that I wanted to paint on this guy, and I did paint it, and I'm glad I did. And that is it for Reveal the Shield Jazz with Reprolabels and some paint slapped on him. And I'm really happy with how this turned out. This was definitely not the same as my other projects that I've done, because I didn't have any reference photos that I was really working from. I just applied the stickers and then took a look at them and was like, what do I want to paint? And the primary things that stuck out to me without even spending that much time thinking about it were the visor, the forearms, and the shins. And then everything else was just kind of like me looking at it like, what do I think? And, there are definitely some things that I probably could have done differently. There's probably other things that I could pick out better now, but for the most part, I am, as I said, happy with how this turned out. But what do you all think? Whatever your thoughts, feel free to chime in down below. I always enjoy hearing from you all, and please stay fabulous.